Hey guys, so I decided to react to Birds of Prey. I've been wanting to just, there's Birds of Prey and then after that there's Wonder Woman 84 and I should be done with the DCEU movies. I wanted to go ahead and try to get them done. Then I'll do a ranking video at the end just to kind of see where I stand on all the movies. I have watched this a few times already. I did enjoy it the first few times, so I'm gonna enjoy this one certainly again. So I mean, let's just get right on into it. Yeah, I'm never gonna watch the Nevers because of the fucker that created it.
They say if you want to tell a story right, you gotta start at the beginning.
You know, people are upset like the kind of narrative like this. It feels very much like something Harley Quinn would do, so I'm perfectly fine with it.
My dad traded me for a 6-pack of beer.
It's cute though.
However many times he tried to teach me.
It's kind of sad. It's kind of, you know, try to make it off as goofy and funny, but it's really just quite sad. She's just abandoned as a kid.
Had my heart broken once or twice. Finding love, it's not easy.
So, yeah, we got hints at Harley's bisexual. I'm still headcanon that the chick that broke her heart was Ivy. I'm still pushing for Ivy in the DCEU and Harley and Ivy's relationship.
We broke up.
Still waiting to see Ayer's version of his Suicide Squad, since it was supposed to have a different tone.
Mistakes of my past.
The fact that this movie has Joan Jett definitely makes 10 times cooler.
Be ready to move on, to make new friends.
I love that she actually does whirly derby. We're actually get to see her do whirly derby as well.
I agitate his already delicate sense of mental equilibrium, that and his obsessive compulsive need to be the center of attention.
Will your paramour be joining?
Do like how we kind of see throughout the movie her glimpses of her being a psychologist, because he's just psychoanalyzing everybody in the movie.
Not him.
Well, as always, you're wrong, Monroe.
Her. Renee.
You know, the structure of this movie is kind of weird, but considering how it's actually based on Harley Quinn's point of view, she's the one telling it. It's very understandable why this be like a more unusual form of, you know, structure. Do you know what I find extremely funny about, especially the current movies, not only DCEU but DC, like Joker, how much I would say darker they are, and yet Man of Steel, BVS, and some people bitch about Justice League being too dark. Yet we get movies like Birds of Prey, Joker, like Deadpool. Well, I won't even include Deadpool, just DC. Like, this movie is so much darker than Man of Steel or BVS. And it's just so fucking stupid how people bitch and whine about darkness of movies. It's obvious they just want to hate on Zack's movies.
With the perfect egg sandwich.
Like what I have for breakfast, minus the cheese and hot sauce. And I eat avocado on a piece of bread with eggs and bacon. Vegan bacon. Delicious.
But no one makes an egg sandwich like Sal.
I mean it, Sal. No.
I do love how it's very much feels like exactly what Harley Quinn would do. Just be so obsessed over a sandwich.
Hey, Gotham PD.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Are you fucking kidding me?
It had been.
I do like this music. It makes the scene kind of funnier. And Renee Montoya's reactions are great.
Shortcut. See ya.
Do you know what I find highly ironic? So many people, or certain people, bitching about Ayer's version of Harley Quinn and how he sexualized her because she wore short shorts and, you know, the t-shirt. Yet in this, she's literally wearing short shorts that are about as short as the ones in Ayer's. And she's literally just wearing a fucking bra. And yet they say that Ayers sexualized her in his movie.
Right.
Die, Quinn.
Ooh, a penny.
You gotta wonder if Huntress actually intended for that to happen. Did she realize that she was gonna duck?
Killed alone last night.
If Roman Sionis is such a mastermind, how did
You
he
know
put
what's
his own
so
fucking
funny?
company?
It took me, I think it was like the second viewing of this movie, until I realized what her shirt said. And I started cracking up, because it's just so, it's like these kind of jokes that I love. They're not just so in your face. You know, it takes like a few times watching it that you realize what she's wearing. And I just thought it was so funny.
Hi, boys. Meeting's over.
I do love this scene so much. I do love it. It shows how skilled she is. I mean, obviously, it's just like a beanbag gun and stuff like that, but it still shows how good she is, how athletic she is. And that's just so cool. It's just a cool scene.
The Golden Lions are a family business.
Fuck family. All due respect, but fuck that. Family's a fucking illusion. You know my family gave me? Nothing.
See, you know, we get a glimpse of kind of what his background is and why he does what he does.
Food is good. You need any more?
So she actually sings this song, and it's gorgeous.
I just feel mercenary. Mercenary. Mercerin?
I do like how she's making her own business cards.
Puddin' and I broke up. I haven't told that to anyone. Yeah. We're good this time.
Do like this more emotional moment with Harley Quinn. And I think that's what it's really about. She's trying to have to find her way in this world without the Joker, who's always kind of controlled her for a long time. I do like how we kind of get Black Canary. She kind of just wants to do her own thing, but then she's kind of struggling with doing the right thing. She has this conscience, and ultimately why she ends up helping Harley. I love that we see so much of Black Canary's just using her legs to kick everybody's ass. It's like that's her strength, and it's incredibly sexy, to be honest. I love this kind of down and dirty fighting.
That is a Chakwi mask. I got it when I was embedded with the Ngami tribe in
Yeah.
Congo, Kinshasa. Have you ever been?
Ian,
I've heard it's beautiful.
God,
It's
what is
dirty.
his name?
Here, look at this. Genuine
Can't even remember his name now. I'm God.
Char of Ecuador.
I always
Amazing
forget it
people.
in the middle of the
Surprisingly
movies.
gentle. I think you might like them.
McGregor. Is that his name? Ian
They boil the
McGregor.
heads of their enemies.
Great
They
in
make
this
these
role.
little fellas
He's
exquisite.
both charming, but also disturbing, if you will.
Haircut. Yeah, he's 1,000 years old, and now he's just an ornament in my living room. Ew.
I'm gonna get your diamond back. I promise. Why don't we go downstairs and kill that Harley bitch.
See, here's the thing. I already just think Zaz and Roman, they kind of feed off of each other. They're both like psychotic and they just feed off of each other and allow them each other to get, you know, this enjoyment out of, I guess, hurting people. And it's kind of creepy, scary, if you will.
You're here.
Oh God, stop. You're gonna do that thing where you open up a weird-ass case of torture devices while inexplicably detailing your master plan and how I don't fit into it.
I'm building a
Seriously, you don't...
She always just killing his buzz, isn't she? I think that's why I love Harley Quinn so much. She just cuts through all of people's bullshit.
Other pocket.
I love she's just carrying a tampon. Just in case. You can really tell this is actually written by a woman because it actually has a little thing showing exactly what women actually do. Carry around, you know, these products in case of that time of the month comes along. When in doubt, smash it out. This music is so beautiful. It reminds me so much of Kill Bill. And also kind of Godfather. Obviously, it has an Italian influence, so...
Being a total kook.
Get on that fucking case!
Do you know what I won't say I like about this, but what this scene accomplishes, it's so incredibly uncomfortable. You don't know what he's gonna do, and he's dehumanizing her. And this makes you think about, he's always so charming and eccentric and funny, but then we get this where you're just like, what is he gonna do? So it's kind of creepy, and it's one of the most disturbing scenes, honestly, in the DCEU, to me anyways.
No cop ever gets anything done until after they've been suspended. Which would have had me worried.
This is why I'm dying to see a Court of Owls movie, at least. I would love to see it in like this kind of tone of Birds of Prey. God, that motorcycle's so sexy.
She's in the room. Where's Cassandra Cain? You? Again?
I love how she uses the handcuffs as brass knuckles.
She's gonna get you out of here. Did she really take you to a damn toilet?
Really take you to the damn toilet.
Freeze!
And then she does it one last time.
They call me.
Helena Bertinelli.
For fuck's sake!
As in the Bertinelli Massacre.
For fuck's sake.
That is childhood.
See, I kind of like how she's, just because she has all these deadly skills, doesn't make her any less awkward. I mean, her entire family was killed as a child, and then, you know, she only had her, I guess, adoptive father and brothers. So those are the only people she's had contact with. So she's obviously very awkward and antisocial, if you will. I love her. Man, Hutchins on this motorcycle is just so fucking sexy. Seriously, I could just watch her do it all day.
You made me want to be a less terrible person.
Honestly, that is kind of sweet. You made me want to be a less terrible person. Do you know, very much like with Harley Quinn.
Oh. I really like how you were able to kick so high in those tight pants.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks.
I just love her compliments. So cute.
You stole my fucking car! What? I know what you're thinking.
Sorry.
You think I'm a dick after all that.
Still waiting for a question, movie or show. It would be so fun to see the question, but like, kind of a murder mystery. That'd be so fun. That was Birds of Prey. Yeah, like I said, you know, I like it. I like it towards the end when we finally get to see all them work together and all their personalities interact. It's so fun. Let's go and look at some trivia. This should be fun. This is, haven't really looked at some trivia from like more modern movies. This is like from, I don't know, 2019? 2020. It's actually later. When Harley remembers her heart being broken before she meets the Joker, she recalls 2 guys and 1 girl. The girl is animated in exactly the style of Poison Ivy in Batman animated series. I swear to God, I hope that's a reference to Poison Ivy, and we see her later in later movies, because I would die. Being produced under the working title of Fox Force 5 was the name of a fictional television series that never made it past production of its plot in the movie Pulp Fiction. So that was the movie, or the pilot that they were talking about, right? When he was explaining how pilots worked. Diana Lance, aka Black Canary, has inherited her powers from her mother. This is a nod to the comics where Black Canary maintained active and useful for so long the DC retcon there to have been 2, a mother and a daughter, both named Dinah. Margaret Robbie pitched the idea of Birds of Prey to DC and Warner Brothers as a female-led hero action movie, and they agreed with her vision. I think there's a perception that a PG female-led action movie is kind of considered a chick flick, said Robbie, which is why we're getting to see rated R version of the story. In addition to starring in the upcoming movie, Robbie is also on board as producer with her Lucky Chap production company, so her hands are all over the project. Birds of Prey is Lucky Chap's largest project to date at $75 million. Before Ewan McGregor was cast as Black Mask, Nicolas Cage, Sharlto Copley, and Sam Rockwell were considered to play Black Mask. Rockwell passed on the role, but was considered the archetype for the casting. Really glad they didn't go with Nicolas Cage, because I have a feeling he would have hammed it up so damn much and it would feel much like his other roles. The egg sandwich that is made for Harley Quinn is not made with chicken eggs, but instead with duck eggs, as Margaret Robbie was allergic to chicken egg whites. She gets migraines from them. In Montoya's room, when she's receiving a text from Black Canary, there's a woman in a clown costume playing on TV on her dresser. This is a scene from Days of Our Lives, and the actress is Arlene Sorkin. Not only is Arlene the original voice of Harley Quinn in Batman animated series, but this scene was an inspiration for the character of Harley. Paul Dini, who was friends with Arlene, saw the scene one day when he was homesick and was inspired to create the character with Arlene's voice in mind. When Cassandra Cain is in the police station, she asks by Montoya if she can speak. In the Batman comics, Cassandra doesn't speak because she's raised by her father to focus on the language and body movements to make her more skilled fighter. When Bruno Oliver booked the role of short order cook Sal, he had no idea how significant Sal and his breakfast sandwich were to the story. You couldn't tell from the audition necessarily, and as actors, we're always worried about our scenes being cut, Oliver notes. I really didn't understand the place the egg sandwich has in the movie until I saw it. It's been rumored that the Birds of Prey will be the second movie of the Harley Quinn trilogy. The first movie was Suicide Squad. The third movie is to be Gotham City Sirens. God, I hope so, but I don't know how realistic that's going to be, considering how fucking dicks Warner Brothers are being. Both Bernie the Beaver and Harley's pet hyena are established parts of Harley Quinn's lore. As in Birds of Prey, the comic book version of Bernie is a stuffed animal who Harley is convinced can talk. He even has some character arcs. Harley Quinn's hyena, meanwhile, were introduced in Batman anime series and made the jump over to the comics with their mistress. They're traditionally named Bud and Lou after Albert and Costello, but those names were picked by the Joker and really wouldn't work in a film where Harley is getting over her ex. DCEU hyena is called Bruce after that hunky Wayne guy. Harley clearly has quite a thing for Bruce Wayne, even wearing the name Bruce on a dog tag. Harley is happy to remove her various Joker tattoos over the course of the film, with the J turning to mermaid cups added to the word puddin'. Mermaid is probably a nod to Gotham City Sirens. Renee Montoya is presented in a more comic book accurate fashion, right down to being DCU's first out lesbian character. She appears to end Birds of Prey in an active vigilante, perhaps taking up her comic book codename The Question. The last scene shows both Black Canary and Huntress in familiar costumes from the comics. Each action girl of the film has her own distinct close combat style. Harley uses gymnastics, Huntress uses shoulder throws, Black Canary favors kicks, Renee Montoya prefers punches. Victor Zsasz, working for Roman Sionis, is inspired by the hush money streets of Gotham art, where Black Mask takes Zsasz under his patronage and funds his gladiatorial slaughterhouse in exchange for helping save Mask's life from Firefly. I need to go read that series. Mary Elizabeth Weinstein's casting was praised because she resembled the character, and also helped that she's a popular choice in many comic book movie fan casting for years since Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. The day before shooting his scenes, Bruno Oliver practiced cooking the actual sandwich. It was definitely one of the oddest preparations as an actor I've done, he recalls. I spent the night destroying my kitchen making egg sandwiches over and over and over again. And while he did make the sandwich in main takes, the close-up food porn shots were done by the catering chef. There are little things I couldn't do, like crack 2 eggs with one hand. Renee is the first canonically gay character in either a Marvel or DC movie, and when they were introduced to her ex-girlfriend, played by Ali Wong, to nod to her queer history of the character who once dated Kate Kane's Batwoman. When Roman is interrogating Harley in his club, he threatened to have her face cut off and pickled, something that the Joker actually did have happen to him at his own request at the beginning of New 52 era of the Batman comics. Harley Quinn is one of the most famous unreliable narrators in the DC universe across all platforms. As well, there's popular fan theory that the beanbag Harley used in the police station sequence is actually bullets and the confetti is blood. Unable to deal with the guilt of the massacre, Harley sees herself merely harming the cops rather than killing him. I had never heard that theory, and that's an interesting theory. I do see, I know she's an unreliable narrator, which, I was kind of, as I'm watching the movie, I was questioning some of the things, whether or not this was actually reliable, because it's being told by Harley Quinn's point of view. So what if we get another movie just from, say, one of the other characters? Will this be different? This shelf full of weapons Harley chooses from is a reference to Pulp Fiction. The first live-action film appearance of Renee Montoya, a character introduced in Batman animated comics. A previous live-action version appears in Gotham, played by Victoria Cartagena. A similar character, Anna Ramirez, appears in The Dark Knight, played by Monique Gabriella Kernan. So was that actually Renee Montoya, or was it just female detective. Huntress has the least screen time of the birds, but she's the most popular of them. She has become the most popular of them, causing them to demand a standalone Huntress movie. It is mentioned several times that Harley Quinn is a trained psychologist, and twice that she has a PhD. It's not required for a psychologist to have a PhD, but only an MD degree. Harley Quinn does tell Cassandra Cain that she graduated from medical school, which awards the MD degree. It is never mentioned what Harley's PhD is in. Lady Gaga was offered a lead role in the film, but she turned down the offer. I was deadly curious as to what. So curious as to what role she was offered. When Montoya glares at Harley for garish red and black vest, she says, "What? I gotta protect the girls." Turns out to bulletproof vest. So yeah, that was some trivia for Birds of Prey. And like I said before, I like it. I don't know, I think it's just the tone and kind of the wackiness without being too I guess ridiculous, that makes it enjoyable for me. But yeah, if you like this video, give it a like, subscribe to get more notifications about all the stuff I'll be doing. I'm going to be doing Wonder Woman 84. That's the only one I have left to do for the DCU. And then I'm thinking about going into the MCU, starting from the first and going all the way to God knows how many. Once I get the Wonder Woman movie out of the way, it's coming to HBO Max. So, but yeah, that being said, you guys have a nice night. You stay safe out there, and I'll talk to you later.